What you guys, today we're taking a look at how to solve a virus that keeps coming back once it's been removed. We're going to be taking a look at how you can deal with a problem like this, where maybe your system is unusable, where the CPU is completely maxed out, or the memory is completely maxed out, as you can see in this case here. I'm going to show you a way to how to address this issue and how to quickly resolve it by removing it with some special software. But before we do that, let's have a quick word from today's video sponsor, CD Key Sales. If you're looking for cheap Windows 10 Pro OEM key or Office, then check out the links in the video description. You can click on one of those links, it will take you to CD Key Sales, create an account, and then you can purchase your Windows 10 Pro OEM key. All you need to do then is add my promo code in, capital B, capital R 09, apply this to your order, and then submit this, and then they will send you your key to your account. You can then use that key in the activation center to activate your version of Windows. Okay, so back on to how to remove a virus that keeps coming back. So inside Windows, if you're running Windows 10 or Windows 11, you can go to the settings panel here. Inside the settings panel, you can go down to where it says privacy and security. Inside here, we can go to Windows security and then open up the Windows security pane by clicking on the button here. This is if you're using built-in Windows Defender. So from here, we can now go to the virus and threat protection. Inside virus and threat protection, this is going to give us an option for some scan options. If it's turned off, you can try to turn it on. If it doesn't go on and it's been stopped by the malware, then go to virus, threat and protection on the top left-hand side here. Then go to scan options, just to here. Click on the scan options, and what you need to do is click on Microsoft Defender Offline Scan. You can disable your internet connection at this point and scan your computer now. It's going to restart your PC, and so make sure you save all your work because the Windows will be closed down and it will restart into the Windows Defender Offline mode. So let's say yes here and click close, and it will sign out and restart your PC. Once this is done, it's going to boot into the Windows Defender Offline, and this will start to load up Microsoft Defender Offline. This is going to make sure that we're scanning our system offline. So it's going to take a bit of time for Microsoft Defender Offline to load up, but once it's loaded up, it will start to run a complete scan of your operating system files and your computer. So you can see here the PC is being scanned. So Microsoft Defender Offline is an anti-malware scanning tool that lets you boot and run a scan from a trusted environment, what you see right here. It also allows the scan to run from outside the normal Windows kernel, so you can target malware that attempts to bypass the Windows shell, such as viruses and rootkits that infect or overwrite the master boot record. So it's going to check all this for us to make sure that we remove all of this from the computer and it stops it from coming back. And this will restart your PC back to the desktop. Now, if you want to use other tools that are like Microsoft Defender Offline, you can use tools like, say, Norton Bootable Recovery Tool or Kaspersky Rescue Disk. This is another way of running scans on your system outside of the normal environment. So it's going to allow us to run scans and remove a lot of malware and viruses on the system that I won't be running because we're not at the desktop. So let's go ahead and download this toolkit. And what we're going to do is download this ISO and create a bootable USB flash drive. Now, whether you use Norton Bootable Recovery Tool or Kaspersky Rescue Disk is entirely up to you. You've got also Bitdefender has one of these as well. So choose your flavor and basically use the same method. Now, we're going to be using Rufus here to create a bootable USB flash drive so we can boot to it. And this will then allow us to run scans outside of our normal environment. So I'm going to go ahead and download Rufus and open Rufus. Now, you will need to have a USB flash drive to hand, and I'd advise you to do this on a PC that is not infected. It just makes the whole thing a lot more easier. So let's go ahead and plug in our USB flash drive here so we can populate it where it says device. There we go. And all we need to do now is choose our ISO, which we downloaded. Again, try and do this on a PC that isn't heavily infected with malware or viruses. Click OK here, and now we've selected our device. We can now choose our boot partition scheme, which is either MBR or GPT. If you're on a more modern PC, it'd be GPT. But I'm going to leave this as MBR, and we're going to click OK here to overwrite the flash drive. This will destroy any data on the flash drive, so if you've got data on there, then make sure you back it up first. We'll leave all the settings as is and click OK, and hopefully we now have a bootable USB flash drive. So you're going to need to boot into the BIOS and change the boot order to your removable USB flash drive. You can do this by tapping F2 or delete key on your keyboard on boot up. So we're now boot into our Norton recovery tool here. So let's go ahead and choose our language. Comes with a bunch of different languages. So I'm going to click OK. And what this is going to do is make us accept their terms and conditions. So click agree. And it's going to mount the disk. Now, before we scan our computer, you can see here, retrieve your files. This will allow you to copy files to maybe an external USB flash drive or an external drive. You can back up all your data before you run a scan. So we're going to run a scan on the computer here. It's going to load up our protection definitions, and it's going to start to prepare for a scan. But it needs to update our protection definition first. These are the virus definition files. You can see these ones are Thursday, September 15th, 2022. I've now updated these to Friday, January 06, 2023. Run a complete scan on your system, and hopefully this will remove any nasty malware that's hidden on your PC. We can click continue here and reboot our PC. Now, depending on how infected your PC is, you can run some other scans at the desktop. And if you still keep finding malware on your computer, then you may need to start thinking about backing your data up and reinstalling Windows. But you can use tools like Norton Powerracer. You can download your version from their website for free and run a scan on your PC. You can use ESET Online Scanner. You can use Malwarebytes free version to run a scan, Hitman Pro as well to run a scan, ADW Cleaner to remove any sort of adware as well. And once you've agreed to their terms and conditions, it's going to allow you to run a full system scan. You can run a scan for unwanted applications as well, and you can scan particular files or folders on here. So let's go ahead and run a scan on this system here, and I'm going to run now, and this will run a scan on our complete system and make sure there's no malware on here. And this is important because you want to make sure your system is clean before you continue to use it. Now, hopefully malware has been all removed from your PC, but if you're still seeing a few remnants lying around, you need to remove these because this is exactly how malware gets back on the system. It will delete the virus itself, but leave hidden files on your PC, and these will then call home once you put the internet back on and basically re-download these nasty Trojans again, and it will start going off and downloading more malware onto your PC. And this is exactly what you don't want. This is why malware and viruses continue to come back. So you need to make sure you've got a clean bill of health, not with just this tool, but you need to scan other tools as well to make sure you're fully clean. Now, if you don't trust this method, then by all means, you need to back up your data, go to System, Recovery, and start to think about resetting the PC. This is all going to depend on how infected your PC was to start with. If you have removed everything from the PC, then you should be okay to continue to use it. But if you're still seeing weird things happening on your computer, that means you're still infected, and you may want to start thinking about backing your data up and using this method I show you here to reinstall Windows. This is another issue that I see people with, is where they run out of space on their C drive and they now can't use the reset this PC option because their drive is too full. And this is another problem that happens quite a lot. So it's important that you always keep some spare space on your drive. So try to clear out any sort of data on there. Otherwise, you're going to run into issues like additional disk space needed to reinstall Windows because your drive is too full. So that means you're going to need to back up or delete stuff from the computer, and obviously then go back in and run the reset this PC. If you've got very little space on here like this, you're not going to be able to reset your PC unless you go ahead and create a bootable Windows 10 or Windows 11 media and reinstall Windows that way, but it will erase everything on that drive. So these are the things that you have to sort of work out for yourself. Anyway, I hope this video has been some sort of use to you. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. I shall see you on a Discord server for a chat, or I'll catch you in the very next video. Have a great day and have a lovely weekend. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.